I am Ghassen Bourghida, and this is my comrade
Hamza Dekhil.
and we're gonna talk about 5 mystery diseases you may have never heard of.
We wish that we had presented it in person, but unfortunately we didn't have enough time.
What is a rare disease? A rare disease, also referred to as an orphan disease, is any disorders that affects a small percentage of a population, fewer than 1 in 2,000. Most rare conditions are genetic and are present throughout a person's entire life, even if symptoms do not immediately appear. There are often no existing cures.
Number 5. Porphyria. Here is some photos. Porphyria, also known as vampire disease, refers to a group of disorders that result from a buildup of natural chemicals that produce porphyrin in your body. There are two general categories of porphyria: acute, which mainly affects the nervous system, and cutaneous, which mainly affects the skin. Although porphyria can't be cured, but certain lifestyle could help you avoid triggering symptoms. Treatment depends on the type of porphyria you have, so that the treatment of porphyria of the skin generally involves the avoidance of sunlight. The treatment of acute porphyria may involve giving intravenous heme or glucose solution. Signs and symptoms of porphyria vary depending on the specific type and severity. Porphyria is usually inherited from one or both parents that pass along an abnormal gene to their child. Genetic forms: porphyria can occur if you inherit a defective gene from one of your parents, autosomal dominant pattern, or a defective gene from both parents, autosomal recessive pattern.
Number 4. Human werewolf syndrome. Hypertrichosis, also known as werewolf syndrome, is a rare condition characterized by excessive hair growth anywhere on a person's body. It can affect both women and men. The abnormal hair growth may cover the face and body or occur in small patches. Hypertrichosis can appear at birth or develop over time. Here's some picture of sick people that have this disorder. What treatment options are available? Hypertrichosis has no cure, and you can't do anything to prevent the congenital form of the disease. However, the risk of certain forms of acquired hypertrichosis may be lowered by avoiding certain medications such as minoxidil, that is a medicine used to treat hair loss. Treating hypertrichosis only involves the removal of hair through a variety of short-term methods. They include shaving, chemical epilation, waxing, plucking, and hair bleaching removal. And here's a video of Supatra, the hairiest girl in the world.
ตาสวัสดิ์พลอายุ10 ขวบค่ะ
ขนก็มีตามแขนตามนี้แต่ที่เยอะที่สุดคือที่หน้าแล้วก็ตรงสันหลังจะเยอะและตรงอื่นก็ทั่วไปก็คือไม่ค่อยมีเท่าไหร่
แม่ค่ะตัดเป็นบางครั้งค่ะถ้าขนยาวก็ตัดขนไม่ยาวเขาก็ไม่ตัดอะค่ะ
Number 3. Tree bark skin disorder. What is tree bark skin disorder? It's also known by epidermodysplasia versiformis (EV). It's an extremely rare skin disease that occurs when wart-like lesions cover parts of the body. It's often associated with a high risk of skin cancer. Symptoms can appear at any age, including infancy. In more than half of EV cases, symptoms first appear in children between the age of 5 and 11. For nearly a quarter of people with EV, symptoms first emerge during puberty. These wart-like lesions are more common in areas exposed to sunlight, such as on the face, on the hands, or on the feet. What causes EV? EV is a type of genetic disease known as an autosomal recessive inherited disorder. That means a person must have two abnormal EV genes, one from each parent, to develop this rare disease. About 10% of people with EV have parents who were blood relatives, meaning that they shared a common ancestor. What treatment options are available? There is no cure for EV, so treatment is primarily to alleviate symptoms. Although surgery to remove the lesions can be successful, but it may be a temporary solution because lesions can develop again.
Number 2. Ectopia cordis. What is ectopia cordis? Ectopia cordis, also known as pentology of Cantrell, is a severe cardiac condition where a baby is born with its heart abnormally located, either partially or totally outside of the thorax. Ectopia cordis is so rare that it is thought to affect only 5 to 8 babies per each million live births. Babies born with this condition usually have a 10% chance of survival. More boys are found to have ectopia cordis than girls. What is the main cause of this disease? Ectopia cordis is believed to be the result of a genetic defect causing problems with the development of the wall of the chest so that the heart grows outside the body. How it can be diagnosed? Ectopia cordis is usually diagnosed in the womb during routine antenatal scans around the 10th or 11th week of pregnancy. The heart can be completely outside the chest or partially outside with a layer of skin over it. It can also have moved to the neck or abdomen. Only some successful surgeries have been performed as of now, and the mortality rate remains high. Now here's a video of a 6-year-old girl who defies all odds with heart beating outside her body.
It is unbelievable video. You are looking at a 6-year-old girl born with her heart outside her chest. Little Versavia is now in a fight for her life. This video was posted by her mother in a desperate attempt to raise money for surgery. When the girl coughs, you can see her heart pump. It's about the size of an adult's fist. Her heart is shielded by a mere thin layer of skin. This condition happens in less than 1 million births, and there's a name for it, pentology of Cantrell. You may recall Inside Edition told you of a similar story, that of baby Audrey. Audrey's tiny heart was also beating outside her body. Doctors didn't expect her to survive. She had to wear a protective shield over her little chest to make sure she's safe if she bumps into anything. Ultimately, she underwent surgery to implant the heart back into her body. Audrey survived the odds. Look at her now at 3 years old. The little girl who came through so much is looking healthy and happy. The hope is that little Versavia will now get the surgery she needs and will survive this rare condition.
And number 1 is progeria. What is progeria? It's also known as Hutchinson-Gilford progeria syndrome (HGPS), is an extremely rare genetic condition that causes child's body to age fast. Most kids with progeria do not live past the age of 13. The disease affects both sexes and all races equally. It affects about 1 in every 4 million births worldwide. Progeria is not inherited or passed down in families. It seems to happen because of rare genetic change. One parent may have the mutation, even though they do not have progeria. Here are some cases of progeria. What are the symptoms? Most kids with progeria look healthy when they are born, but they start to show signs of the disease during their first year. Babies with progeria do not grow or gain weight normally. They develop physical traits including a bigger head, large eyes, a small lower jaw, a thin nose, ears that stick out, visible veins, slow and abnormal tooth growth, a high-pitched voice, loss of body fat and muscle, hair loss. And here Sam Burns, boy with aging disease progeria, dies at 17. Sam Burns was an American teen who had progeria. He was diagnosed at just 22 months old. His parents, Dr. Leslie Gordon and Dr. Scott Burns, reacted to his diagnosis by creating the Progeria Research Foundation in 1999 to find the cause of the disease and a cure.
The boy from New England who we will never forget, fighting the condition that rapidly ages the body so much faster than the rest of us. Today we learned that Sam Burns has died, but not before defying the odds and teaching us all about living.
He allowed cameras to capture that sleepy walk down the hallway first thing in the morning.
Mom, can you hold my book while I brush my teeth?
But for Sam, there was more. The medicine trying to slow down the aging. Sam had progeria, the disease that ages children far faster than the rest of us. Fewer than 250 children in the world with it.
A math final next Wednesday.
A hug at the school bus.
Love you, Mama.
About to start her day, too. A doctor who now spends her every waking moment searching for a cure.
Thank you for watching. We hope that you like it. I read porphyria, three-bar skin disorder, progeria. And my friend Ghassen read what is rare disease, werewolf syndrome, and ectopia cordis. Goodbye.